On the line, we have my mentor, the boss of bosses, the man that taught me everything I know about this industry. Billionaire Bodyguards Club head and chairman. Killer J. Kane. What's happening?
I know, brother. I'm blessed.
Oh, man, it's good to hear from you.
I'm very proud of what's going on right now, brother. Trust me.
Yeah, I feel
These stories need to get out.
Yeah, you sound like you out in the field right now.
Right. He's got that professing voice too. It's like that's dope.
I was out here grinding, brother. You know that.
I feel you. Hey, listen, do me a favor, man. Tell the people and tell my bro what it was like back in the day. I'm talking early 2000s. I'm talking the gladiator games. What it was really like to be a horseman back then, and what it meant to be one.
Well, you want me to go from the beginning?
The beginning.
We start off in local nightclubs. We did our thing. And then when celebrities came in town, we picked them up. Then there was a guy, I don't know, he was like the master of the NBA, Allen Iverson. I was with him. And during the break time, there was another guy, a little rapper named Curtis Jackson.
Yeah, right. So now we already Iverson.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay, because
I don't think people really understand.
No, that's all good. Yeah, you got it.
No,
you got it.
We're naming names of respectable men.
Respectable,
we do that.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Listen,
yeah.
My man said
I forgot one name.
Allen Iverson. Now, if you don't know what Allen Iverson meant to the NBA, if you don't know what Allen Iverson meant to hip hop culture,
really,
you sleeping.
Right.
Allen Iverson is the image of the NBA today. Every NBA player you see, how they dress, how they look, the tattoos, that was all started by Allen Iverson. Right?
Okay.
Go ahead, continue, Jay.
He's like just the Iverson, right.
The Iverson alone.
For the Iverson legacy.
If you start on the Iverson alone.
He didn't even get onto the Curtis Jackson yet. Yeah, right. Okay.
Continue.
I used to the clubs. We had an all-star cast in the clubs. And the club was myself, Twin, Smitty, Twitty, rest in peace, Omar. Rest in peace, Chang.
Yes, sir.
We had Dogface. We had Little Mike. We had Nee, was the first lady horseman security.
Yes.
We had Pitbull.
Yeah.
We had the Freaks of All Freaks. We had Tuma.
Ooh.
We had Nico. Rest in peace. We had Black. We had a squad, man. Back then,
that sounds like
if
squad.
you say 1, 2, 3, 4, lights went out.
Oh, all day. Now, I was privy to that. I've been in a couple of those situations.
I was working with, I went too fast. I was with Missy Elliott first. And on the video shoot of the Work It remix, I met Shy Money. And that's when 50 first came out. But I had to go back to my boss, AI. So I wanted a Sprite mixtape tour. But 50 wasn't 50 just yet. His currency wasn't up like that.
Right.
So then when 50 came back to town, it's a funny story. We was at the Ritz nightclub. There was a guy in the crowd that was trying to get at 50, and I wound up destroying him. But he was 50's friend from back in the day, and 50 was so mesmerized by that. At the end of the night, Mike Lighty was like, "Yo, can you leave today?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I can't leave right now." So in 3 days, I left. It was just me by myself.
Right.
And I was out there with Curtis. We just did our thing. Then slowly but surely, my family came and saw me in West Virginia, and my boy 60 was there. And Lloyd Banks saw 60. Bam. Took a liking to him. 60. In this business, we say gladiators.
Fact.
I've been doing this business a long time.
Gladiators.
I only know 4 men that when it came to them torches was about that work. You guys hear one person's voice right now, Tank, 60, Twin, and G. We're about that work with them hammers.
Now that's facts. Before you even go any further, understand all the men that he just named, all the monsters,
right?
He just named. These are not men like regular dudes. All these dudes bench press over 500 pounds.
Right.
All these dudes are straight up gladiators in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying? And this
right.
is back in those days where that was your business.
Right.
That was your work. I mean,
Right.
he already named 3 of the most impactful celebrities in the industry. Missy Elliott, Allen Iverson, Curtis Jackson. Just on those 3 names
Just
alone.
on those 3 alone.
That's just the beginning.
Absolutely.
So just on those 3 names alone, you're talking about making moves and shutting down the industry that nobody else was doing at that time.
True.
It's impossible.
True. And if it's a circular table, definitely on the, if it's A-list throughout, that's clearly
That's
A-list.
just the beginning.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay. Get him.
And the thing that was so real about back in the day, right? In order to be somebody's bodyguard back then, because this is when the wolves really ran, like, I'll give this, Puffy had a squad. That's how it used to be back in the old days.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Wolf was an animal. D-Rock was an animal.
Still. Shout out D-Rock.
Riz was an animal. So Puffy had guys that could make you dance, and he had guys that would rock you to sleep. That's how you move back then. So a lot of times when you move with the appropriate force, it's going to eliminate problems because everybody that goes on the road, you're going to different cities, different towns, and them cities and towns got their own wolves, their own tough guys.
Right.
So it's like in a jungle. If a hyena is eating, a lion's either going to take that food from them or they're going to walk past them. And that's how it used to be.
Yep.
Nowadays, the security business is watered down. Like, everybody knows what toast is. You put butter on toast, it's going to get saturated and gooey. And that's how the security business is now.
Toast. Okay.
Genius.
That is beautiful. Just the visual. It's like,
Genius.
he explained that shit perfectly.
There's times that I've seen, I won't say this client's name, but I can say the gentlemen that were there standing toe-to-toe with me.
Facts.
There was Tank, there was Smitty, there was Lamont, there was Tuma, there was Rocks, there was White Boy Mike.
Yeah.
The other guy, I would just compliment him. He had the fastest track shoes I've ever seen security have. I won't say his
He
name.
said
but
the
fuck it, I said his
fastest track shoes.
name. Yeah. This clown named Rick was extremely fast.
Right.
I think he might have been related to a same boat, or a little bit of Carl Lewis.
Right.
If I can tell his brief story, I will finish.
Please do. Yeah, absolutely.
We were at this one guy's fashion show. You guys know who he is. He has these tennis shoes out named after him. And our boss came there. Due to some politics, our boss and another guy didn't get along. Not the fashion show guy. So myself and Tank go to the bathroom. Now, you know what they say in the woods. When you hear no animals and all quiet, are predators out there.
Right. They're plotting.
Facts.
They're plotting.
Facts.
Yeah.
So when myself and Tank come out the bathroom, now get it, we're in a humongous fashion show. Everybody you think about is there. The Kardashians, Travis Scott, anybody that somebody's at this fashion show.
Right.
And me and Tank walk in the hallways with deafening silence. And I look at Justin Bieber's bodyguard's face, Anton. And I see his face. You know how you tasted something bitter and you had that look.
Yeah.
So he gives me a look, but me and Tank are still looking like, what's going on? And a second later, I see Smitty, and Smitty gives me a head nod, and I see this is the power of protection. I see D-Rock verbally barbecuing, one of the guys.
Right.
So me and D-Rock step to the side because I've known this man for 20 years.
Right.
And we're
Relationships. These are relationships.
Yeah.
talking. So the funny thing was, in the room they were standing in front of was this older guy. He calls himself Jehovah or Jehovah. You guys know him as Jay-Z. He's in the room with his offspring, and the Kardashian girls and her offspring. And so Jay-Z tries to step into a grown man's conversation between D-Rock and myself, and we both tell him to relax, go make a song. We're talking. So to make a long story short, our relationship was able to get this one guy out of the building safe.
Facts. Now,
And
now,
when
mind
they
you,
leave-
what he's missing, what he's missing is that the guy we work for left us. They
Now,
left us.
Now, Tank will verify this. The crazy part about this conversation, you could ask Smitty, you could ask Lamont, you could ask White Boy Mike, you can ask Rocks, you can ask Tuma, is that me and the D-Rock was 100% family.
Right.
But the people that was with him weren't on the same page as us. So there was a brief little, if D-Rock hadn't been there, I hadn't been there, it'd have been a bad situation. But that's
Yeah, it'd
what
have been a
Tank talked about.
bloodbath.
Intelligence and reputation and relationships smooth that thing out.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And this is what we've been
That's a
talking
great
about.
point.
This is
Yeah.
what we've been talking about. When you talk about somebody who's been in the industry for so long and has worked with so many high-end celebrities, you're talking about somebody who's not only bringing skill to the game, they're bringing relationships to the game.
Right. Relationships.
The power behind the power. You see what I'm saying?
Power behind the power.
The power behind the power is what really saves these artists from the situations they end up in. It's the relationships behind the scenes.
Relational wellness.
You see what I'm saying? It's the relationships behind the scenes. Now, what he just described was a situation where could have went terribly bad.
Could have went terribly bad.
Could have went terribly bad.
And the naming of, I think sometimes, I know you can't name names out of respect, but sometimes it's important to actually place the temperature and degree of the scenario with that level of celebrity. I feel.
Setting the scene.
Yeah.
We're setting the scene because when you're talking about, and that's why I'm so glad he called in, and I'm so glad he's here. Because when you're talking about a level of celebrity, when you're talking about names in the industry, you're not talking about, flash in the pan, one hit wonder. You're talking about changers of the industry. You're talking about
Absolutely.
people who changed the industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You're
the
talking
leaders.
about the leaders
They're the
in the
leaders.
industry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. They
So-
deserve to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about people who changed the industry, who changed the age of like the mood
True.
of an industry, right?
True,
We're talking
yeah.
about real game changers.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So, 50 Cent is an era. Right?
Absolutely.
Missy Elliott is an era.
On so many
right?
levels.
And
yeah.
then, up until today, all the other people we've been with, they changed the era of music. And we're the power behind that, and we're the ones facilitating them to be able to do that. Right? That's big.
Big, man.
That's
Thanks
big.
for sharing that story, Jay.
I know, but Jack, thanks. I got a photograph. Maybe I could tell you. I got the zillion stories.
All day long.
All day long. All day
Do me
long.
a favor, man. Break down what it was like to be on the Olympic team.
Well, the one thing about one about Allen Ezekiel Iverson is that this how much of a real guy he was. This is crazy. At the time I was with Allen, I was also with Curtis Jackson on the Rock the Mic tour. That's the biggest rap tour in history.
Right.
I would get off the stage, put my boss 50 in the hotel room. The 76 would have a private jet for me, get on a jet, fly to the next city, do the game for Allen, leave Allen. If there was no after party, go back to work on the tour. That's how crazy it was.
Right.
The one thing back then, a guy like Allen, is that no matter what happened, you did protecting him. If it was a bond, if it was a court case, he was going to make sure you good because that man knew that when you was with him, you put your life on the line. Remember back then, AI was the first guy walking around with $5 million worth of jewelry. AI was the first guy. We go to hotel rooms. We're checking in the hotel with $350,000 in cash. AI was, we might stay in Beverly Hills, but we going to some hood club in Long Beach. With AI, you're going to eat at 5-star restaurants and you're going to party at 1-star clubs.
Straight up. Straight up.
Facts.
That's dope.
And that man gave me the same mission every night. Killer J, I don't want no one touching me. And I said, boss, at the end of the night, all I want you to do is look at your sneakers. And I guarantee they still be white. And that's how we did our thing.
Straight up.
Please, for those
That's dope.
that don't understand what this man just said, when you say, look at your sneakers,
Look at your sneakers.
that means regardless of where we're at,
No one,
Hole in the wall, club, it don't matter where we're at.
not a scuff.
You will be untouched. Untouched. Now we're talking about an era. We're talking about an era in security when this is a man who started the era of 5 guards, 6 guards, multiple men, multiple teams
Right.
working protection, right? I had never seen it before. I had never seen it before I started.
Right.
Right. When you're talking about, I remember when I was a kid, I watched this 50 Cent concert. I watched this 50 Cent concert, and Jay know about this. I think it was in Jamaica or wherever it was.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Yep. Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
50 is at this concert, and you see the biggest monsters on stage with 50.
Right.
Now, this is Kingston, Jamaica.
Just a collection.
Just a collection of the biggest monsters, cut off shirts. What was it? A1 t-shirts? And one t-shirts?
Cut off shirts, and one t-shirts, cut off and one t-shirts. Well, I had a West Virginia football shirt on.
Right.
Cut off t-shirts. Whatever we wore to the gym, we wore on stage.
Facts.
That was our look.
Facts.
Just-
And Tim boots.
Right.
And Tim boots. And Tim boots.
Just to make it known.
The biggest collection.
Yeah.
The biggest collection of monsters I had ever seen on one stage. And then you understand, right?
Straight up, yeah.
Then you understand what's going on. You understand the power and the movement. Because you got to remember, at that time, 50 was the most hated artist in the industry?
Not
Right.
just that, 50 Cent had people don't realize this. The man had a contract hit on his life. For 18 months, I slept on the floor by that man's bed.
Facts.
The one thing I give 50 Cent credit for, if we, from the gym to the sound check to the truck, we had a full itinerary, and everything we did from point A to point B was documented. We moved like the president. We had bulletproof cars. We had chase vehicles. We had a dummy vehicle. Every state went to, we had advanced team for our drivers. So we got off the plane, vehicles there. If you sat in the right seat, your hammer or your whatever you needed for your party favor was neat your seat for you.
Right.
Facts. Facts.
That's dope.
I mean, this is a golden era. This is a golden era of protection.
Do things like that happen now? I mean, as far as like
Now,
seamless.
this the part that, now I will say this. Certain artists are smart enough to let the driver have a walkie. Well, I'm sorry. If security is smart enough to tell the client or management, look, this is how we need to move. All drivers need to have communication with us. We don't need to text the driver coming out. Something could happen. No service, anything. You have a walkie-talkie, we're coming out. Or maybe 20 minutes before we come out, one of the guards goes out by the vehicles and lines the vehicles up. Or
Facts.
Right.
in certain cases, if there's 9 of us, one guy's job is to stay outside with the vehicles.
Facts.
So there's people think the threat might not always be inside. You